All right, hey everyone, Harold here, live at ESGS 2016. I'm from Quit Stalling, and I'm here at the Indie Arena booth, thanks to XSplit and Wen in Manila. And with me here I have...
Jebrich Lim from the De La Salle College of St. Benil.
All right, what's up, man? It's good to meet you.
Hey, Harold.
We did a bit of a pre-interview, but I'm gonna talk like I just met him. All right, so what do we have here today?
We have Spellweaver, our Thesis game. It's actually a fantasy action first-person gesture game.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words.
All right, so let's boil it down. So let's take a look at what the game looks like.
Okay, sure.
If we can get it on the screen real quick. So walk me through this real quick.
Right.
What are we looking at?
Okay, so this is our logo.
Okay.
And what you're looking at, you could choose 3 different artifacts.
Okay.
But they currently don't have any effect because they're purely aesthetic.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the glove.
Ooh, all right.
Okay, here we go. This is the introductory cave, we call it.
Okay.
The healing fountain.
All right.
Okay, so once we turn around, we see the first phase.
Oh wow.
Okay, so here we have the quests. You could the quest fades out.
Okay.
So now when you want to check the description, you just open it, and when you want to hold it, you could press that.
Okay.
So here we go. Interact space to get the geyser. Now we draw the rune.
Oh, that is cool.
Now once we draw the rune, you can see on the glove it turns the gem turns blue.
Yeah, yeah.
That means you got the water element.
Oh,
now,
that's cool.
Now once you have an element, you can press space to activate the spell.
That is awesome. All right.
Okay. Proceeding to the next one. Now for the lightning.
Is that a moving platform?
Yeah, that's a moving platform. You
And
turn
it
on the
moved because of the fact that you use the lightning spell on
the coil.
So what are we going through here? Is this like the introduction?
Yeah, the introduction of how you're supposed to write and cast spells.
Oh, okay.
And also we have a combination of spells.
Okay.
Okay, you see the bar here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you played No Man's Sky before?
I have actually.
Okay. So in No Man's Sky, the UI behavior. So here we have the inventory and what the combinations are.
Yeah.
So in No Man's Sky, we have a UI behavior that when there's no values being changed, the UI disappears. It gives you more room to see the environment.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So let's draw the earth barrier, 2 earth elements. Okay. So it blocks. We have to block the flamethrowers
With the earth barrier.
with the earth barrier.
So you draw the spell, and then you point on the ground where you want the spell to show up. Is that right?
The prompt is automatically recognizes if the spell is plottable.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to press anything afterwards.
That's awesome. All right, so let's get into a bit of the development process real quick. How long have you been working on Spellweaver?
Our thesis the official thesis was started about a month and a half ago, but we started Spellweaver about 2 to 3 months before, about a month and a half before the thesis. So the whole development time now is about 3.5 months.
All right, so this was your thesis game for college.
Yep.
And you're taking game development.
Yeah.
Game design and development.
Yep.
And you started your thesis a month ago, and this is how far you've gotten already.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that you've also been able to prepare Spellweaver two months ahead of thesis.
That's right.
Wow, that is like I said earlier on. I didn't even know what I was doing 2 months before my thesis. I didn't even know who my group mates were. And here you are, starting programming, starting design for Spellweaver 2 months before, and it's looking great. It's looking great. And so this is you're planning to release this on PC, is that right? And it's WASD to move, and is it a mouse?
No, you have to use a tablet, a drawing tablet.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So the main aim of Spellweaver is to make game design more diverse by integrating different input devices. So by changing the mouse into a Wacom tablet, a simple game design has been changed drastically.
Oh my gosh, this is blowing my mind right now, because I didn't think I thought that you're just using a pen and tablet, just because it's easier. So it's a core part of the game.
It's a core part of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Well, people learn how to write and draw very early in the age.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
when we use a more natural way of input, we give the player more control and more immersion of what they're doing in the game.
Similar to how when we use mobile devices
And
like
virtual reality.
and VR.
Actually, this was originally designed for virtual reality, but we couldn't acquire such technology, such hardware. So what we decided, it's expensive. So what we decided to use another device, somewhat neglected, which is the tablets.
Okay, yeah, a tablet and a pen. Isn't really. Actually, I haven't seen a game that uses a pen and tablet.
Yeah, that's true.
As a core feature, as a core gamepad. Yeah. So would you say that you were probably one of the first, if not the first, to?
I might say so, because the engine we're using is Unity, and even they said it's not for gaming and removed the support for it. So what we did, we had to make a workaround for it.
Oh my gosh. So, sorry, this is blowing my mind. I think we got to get a Wacom deal somewhere here. We got to get a tie-in for Wacom here, because this is amazing. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to take too much attention away from the game, because my mind is being blown here. Okay, so tell us more. What's happening now?
Okay, now we've entered the town. This is where you could talk to the quest NPC.
Okay.
See here. Wait, let's get a quest.
I love your stand-in text for now.
You could also get buy spells, because virtually these spells are unlimited. There's no cooldown. There's no mana.
As long as as fast as you can
write it. And some spells have usage, so you have to buy it first. But there are also spells, like basic spells that are indefinite uses. Okay,
so usage meaning they have a set amount of times you can use them before they're consumed.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we'll enter the forest area through this portal.
Sorry, so going back to the town. So the town is pretty much your home base. It's your haven.
Yeah,
pretty
safe
much.
haven.
All right.
Okay.
And from there you can go to different areas.
Yeah, that's true.
How big are you planning to make this world? Because as early as it is, it feels, even though you have the walls up, it feels very open world.
Yeah, it does. Currently, there's only one monster area. This is a monster area as well. But we'll also implement a volcano area.
Okay. So are you planning to make it open world, or is it going to be a level-based
I know,
type game?
it's open world. It's open world. So the quest is not, the questing, the shop is not the what you're supposed to be having fun with. The main thing that you should be interested is let's unlock all the spells.
Okay.
There currently are 14 spells.
Because you have a developer's way through.
Yeah. There's also spell element combinations.
Okay.
So now let's try it here. So first we have the wind pushback.
Oh, that's so cool.
Let's just let's just.
My voice is going high because I can't. This is so good.
Alright, so we also you see the purple thing going around.
Yeah, like the Doctor Strange wrist thing.
That's an indicator that you have a spell available to use once you've casted an element rune.
So the hand itself, the hand in your first-person view, is an indicator on what spells are available without having to go through your menu.
Menu.
Your spell menu.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's also, now let's use the special. There's also a float spell. Now once we've used the float spell, we could see the environment
Oh my
from
God.
above.
That is so awesome. So how long, for the float spell, how long does this last?
About 30 seconds before you fall.
So I assume you plan to put a timer before.
Yeah, there's a timer here. You can see.
That
up
is
here.
cool.
And it also blinks after when you get to 5 seconds.
That's cool. Is there fall damage?
No, there is no fall damage.
Just float up there. Let's get all the way up there. That's pretty cool. I want to see the rest of your map real quick because that is great. How big is this?
I'm not really sure.
Oh my God.
But this is about twice the size of a town.
Of the town that we just went to. Okay. And do you enter do you exit the same way that you entered?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same way. There's only one way in, one way out of the map.
Wow. It does feel very VR in the sense that you get to go through the world and you get that perspective of I could be walking through this right now.
Yeah.
It's great. All right, so tell me more about the development process. So you've only been doing this for around
3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have a team of how many?
5.
Team of 5
Team of
working
5.
with you. And you're all friends from college. You're all group mates for your thesis.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, wow. All right, so in terms of development, how many artists do you have? How many programmers are you?
We have 3 artists. One of them is also the sound engineer.
Okay.
We have and 2 programmers.
2 programmers. So in the span of 3 months, you've already created something this fun. I'm definitely gonna have to try this out later over in your booth. All right, so tell us more about the game.
Okay. Well, there's also elemental damages implemented.
Okay.
Like when we cast the Geyser. Nope. When we cast the Geyser rune,
Okay.
you can see the drench effect here. They're getting wet, and now when we use an electric spell, they get more damage.
Oh, cool.
So also, what else? We have the fireball. Now we're combining elements. You see the second gem going red.
Yeah.
Combining elements, we can get fireball there.
I love how they act as indicators for the spells.
So we really tried our best into minimizing the UI and making the feedback into the game itself.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the UI.
Yeah.
So we have more combinations here.
Because this alone is enough to play. Like
this alone is enough
I can
to
see
play.
the hand. I know what spells I've accidentally activated or, or currently have activated. It's great. I don't need to see the floating. I don't need to see the floating text and the floating bars that tell me, oh, this is how much you have left of your consumable spells. This is great. All right, so you mentioned a monster. You have 1 monster level. Let's go take a look at that.
There's actually monsters here.
Oh, monsters, plural.
No,
Okay.
actually, 1 monster type, 2 monsters type.
Okay.
So here's the Minotaur. They're a bit buggy. They're a bit buggy for now.
That's fine. This is a very early build.
Yeah,
I want to emphasize that. They've been working on this for 3 months and it looks great already. Your Minotaur is adorable. It's like a Chucky. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I might get copyright taken down, but your Minotaur looks great. It's imposing yet adorable at the same time. All right, so how does it look when we damage them?
Let's get it. Let's burn them. Oops.
Yeah, like some steak.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of the character, the player themselves, are you gonna get hurt when you play the game, or is it just more I'm gonna destroy everything in my path kind of a thing?
You do get hurt
You
from
do get
time
hurt.
in a way that from the introductory level there are burning items there. Once you get near, it actually burns you a lot.
Okay.
The Minotaurs also hurt you from time to time. They do attack.
Okay.
But the questing is and the sometimes you get the UI from their quest items also. But here's another part of the level. So here we instead of putting torches or lampposts everywhere for the lighting, we instead used a firefly effect
Okay.
for the lights instead.
So those are naturally generated in game.
They're naturally generated.
Okay. And they're very clever. I get a lot of in terms of aesthetic. I get a mysticism and a feel of. I mean, we grew up in the Philippines, so I get a feel of the alamat style of storytelling.
Have a look at here. Now, at first you won't be. You don't actually notice the things written on the purple indicator.
Okay, I'm noticing it now.
Yeah. So it's actually by buy-in.
Yeah, it is.
It is by buy-in. We used by buy-in wordings instead of another Sanskrit-derived form.
Yeah. So for those of you watching who aren't familiar with Filipino culture, baybayin is a very old language or a form of writing here in the Philippines, and I love how you integrated it. I did not notice that at all
exactly.
until you mentioned it, and it's so subtle. But now that I see it, I can't unsee it. That's great. How did you? What characters did you use, or how did you do your research to know what to put on the wrist?
It's actually up to my artist, but
Okay.
we actually just used something Filipino to be part of our game.
Yeah, that's great. So, can this be read? Is this actually a thing that if I read this?
Yeah, actually, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, you
wow.
can see. You can read it. It's actually sentences on it.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
The sentences in it kind of moves forward and it scrolls.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, show me more of the game. This is great. I'm enjoying this so much.
Here we have the tidal wave. Now you see the delay. That's the casting delay. That's the casting time.
Oh.
So instead of a timer, when you see a bar,
Yeah.
it's actually part of the spell now.
Does each spell have a different casting time?
Yes.
Oh, so you have to be intuitive. You have to know which you can cast and when.
Yeah.
Or else
And
you
you
die.
can that way you could do combos.
Yeah.
So there are. Wait.
I'm still mesmerized by your game. I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard it.
It's not. But
No humility here. Yeah, it's not the first time we've been complimented on our super amazing game.
well, the main thing was because it's something different.
Yeah, it is, and it's so good.
One of the more powerful spells is the tornado. So let's cast it here. It has a 15-second casting time.
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
So I assume it's gonna hit really hard.
Oh, you'll see.
I love you, man. I love this game, and I love the confidence that you're showing here. This is amazing. Oh, here we go. That's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. It has a very big area of effect, and it takes everything that has physics with it.
I love how anyone who's listening to this can take some of the audio out and clip it and make really like rude audio based on what we've been saying. It's big.
There's also we also have an accuracies. So what we did was make a spell
Okay.
to lower accuracy
of the enemies, of the
of
mobs.
the enemies.
Okay.
So what we did was make a fog spell. Oh, oops.
Okay, while we're on the flamethrower, that looks pretty good.
The flamethrower.
That looks like it's gonna make some steak. All right, so how big are you planning to make Spellweaver? How many areas and how many different types of creatures and NPCs are we expecting?
There are
to see?
about 6 normal monsters, and there's one boss.
At the moment.
No, they're at the planned.
Planned. Okay,
Planned. So there's currently 2 monsters.
Okay.
Also, there's another map which is the volcano. Will be implemented later on.
Okay. I can't wait to see that, by the way. All right, so so you're planning to have the forest, the volcano, and the town at the start?
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. Maybe I've been getting my professors have been
That's fine. That happens. That happens.
my professors have been wanting me been suggesting making this multiplayer.
It seems like it'd be a great multiplayer game.
Yeah,
actually.
but currently that's not possible just due to time constraints.
Time constraints. Right. So if you had more time, it wouldn't be a problem.
I don't know. Maybe not.
All right, because this is a game that I see it, and I just want to go around and goof around with friends. It seems like a perfect kind of game. It gives me the feeling of like, oh, I can cast spells like in Harry Potter. I could go in and pretend to be an avatar or an airbender or an earthbender, firebender. It's such a great feeling, and I do want to say that if you could make it multiplayer in the future, maybe not at the end of your thesis, but sometime after that, it'd be such a great concept. It'd be such a great game. It'd be just that much greater. But this alone, what you're showing me is so good. I want you to tell me more about what's gone into the game. How many hours have you guys spent? Because you may say 3 months, but you might have not slept in those 3 months.
Actually, the how we made the game was arguably quick already. Yeah.
Wow.
We have some days that we don't sleep, but most of the time we are dawdling around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And was there any concept art involved in this, or did it go straight into the game as soon as you imagined it? We'll put it into the game.
How the spells look like have been changed a lot of times. To make it more, first things first, optimized, and another way, while it does look while looking good.
And I'm sure this isn't the final forms of those spells. I'm sure you're going to iterate on those some more until the end of the game.
Yeah. The art has been, the maps have been completely changed about 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
To make it more accessible and spacious.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of time has gone into this.
Yeah, a lot of time has been gone into this.
All right. So, is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of the game?
Well, I suppose since our main goal of the game is not the game has 3 goals. The first one is to make people aware that there are a lot of things that could be integrated into designing games to make it more different, more diverse.
That's right.
That's what we're seeing now with roller coasters integrating virtual reality, haunted houses, or shooter games that has virtual reality, or wall climbing with projectors.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So there's a lot of ways of making games, different kind of games. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to tell people that these games are possible with technologies being made these days.
You want to stop the stagnation of every game kind of looks the same.
Looks the same, feels the same, sometimes being recycled, but it also widens the competition of like, let's say MOBA. There's a lot of MOBA these days, but when we try to put another way of input, like what we did, it changes how a game is played. it's on a different level now.
Yeah, it's a completely different game. It's a
Yeah.
completely different way of playing games, and that is what you want to point out. That is what you want to emphasize when you come out with Spellweaver and tell people, look, we can make games in a different way, not just with a controller going with using the D-pad as your directional button. We can use analog sticks. We can use pen and tablet. That's amazing. All right. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to playing your game later.
Sure.
And if you guys at home want to check this out, head on over to Indie Arena here at Mall of Asia. We'll be here for the next 2 days left, Saturday and Sunday. So head on over down. Come play Spellweaver. Come look for us, and we'll point you in their direction. I have been Harold from Quit Stalling. Head on over to our website, www.quitstalling.us, or check out my social media at Harold Plays. I'll have Diego Z here in just a little bit with me to host the other game developers. I'd like to thank XSplit and When in Manila for having us here at the Indie Arena. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Harold.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll see you guys in just a little bit with a different developer. And once again, come down to Mall of Asia at the SMX Convention Center. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.